now than I was, 2 weeks ago. It's insane. I mean, that's all I can say. Let me give you a little bit of my background, and I told you a little bit of this on the coaching call, the group coaching call the other day. I spent 9 years in the Marine Corps. I was a medic in the military, got out, came back home, went back to school, undergrad in healthcare management, master's degree in business, ended up getting recruited by Texas A&M to teach in their weapons of mass destruction program, after 9/11. Ended up in academia, taught medical students for 17 years, spun a company, built patient cases in virtual reality. In fact, I, was the first company to ever bring medical education to virtual reality. But then, my life started to spiral. I, got uber successful, and then my ex-wife, walks in the room one night and says, "Hey, um, I want you to leave, and I want you to leave right now. I'm seeing somebody else." It's a woman I was married to for 23 years. And I'm like, "What? Get out of here. I've got work to do. Like, seriously, stop messing with me." She closes my laptop and she's like, "Seriously, if you don't leave right now, I'm going to call the police." She called the police. I'm like, "What is going on here?" Right? Well, I was so freaking busy, you know, that I'm like, whatever, moved out, got my own place, and then got involved in another relationship about 8 months later. And so over the course of this time, I mean, it totally messed me up. I ended up losing the company. Um, Even though it was ridiculously successful, raised like 2.5 million in venture capital, took it to a $5 million valuation, ended up having to sell the company for $200,000, just to pay some debt. I know. I was just like, you know, beside myself. And then got in this other relationship, and she was just never really committed. Although she said, she was committed, and I only have eyes for you, but super freaking flirtatious with other guys, would give her number to anybody, would have, she's a life coach, a very successful life coach. And, so a lot of the exercises that, we go through here, a lot of stuff that you talk about, I've had these discussions with her, right? And, but never felt safe with her, never felt, that like true commitment, that true, you're my guy, we're in this to win, we're in it to win it. It doesn't matter, what happens, we can talk through things, we're going to work things out. Did that for 2 years, totally fell for her and like gave her, but it was all about her all the freaking time. And I was cool with that. I'm like, I love you, I care about you, I want the best for you, I'm here to help empower you. But she wasn't doing the same thing in return. And so, and she ended up ending the relationship. This was about maybe 2 months ago now. And for, 2 months, I'd totally been in this funk of just like, oh, can't get her out of my freaking head. Every time I think about her, I want to start crying. And then started doing your course. And 2 weeks later, I'm just like, what the hell has just happened? I'm not sure what's going on, but it's working. And so, yeah, yeah,